I'm Aditya Pratap Singh. I'm a journalism student in IMC. And first, thank you so much, sir. You give some time as a student to explore Mizoram politics and challenges in society in Northeast. Really thank you, sir. And
It's my pleasure.
one thing has happened in Mizoram, 1962. After, as a political commentator and as a political scholar, what what do you think Mizoram still has been suffering since some decades? Major issues in this place after insurgency.
So what are the problems they're facing, you mean?
Memphis in this society.
One of the issue is the main issue you can say is the development issue. As I said, the issue of development, the young generation are not very happy. When I say development, it's not only about the infrastructure. As you know, there is no industry here worth mentioning. Practically, there's no industry. So, the government, both the central government as well as state government, what are the initiatives they have to take in order to improve the economy? Because here the state is becoming very like they're becoming dependent to the central government. We call it as a dependency syndrome. Every now and then the state government have to go and request or ask money to the central government.
This point, if we see about tax revenue in Mizoram, only 10% state of governments generate tax revenue, 90% dependent on center. Why
Yes.
these things still happen now?
That is, as I'm saying, basically because until you have the industry, and then unless your say the economy is 60% of the economy depends on say agricultural sectors,
60%. Yeah.
almost. So when it comes to agriculture also, the state is there to produce even enough vegetables for the state. The state is here to produce enough rice. Rice is a staple food of the Mizos. Likewise, there are areas where we need to focus. No doubt it is a hilly terrain. The agricultural sector is not that easy, it's difficult. But there should be a kind of a way where the state government, along with the central government, think very seriously so that the state can have some kind of a policy so that they can generate income plus provide employment to the youth. And then there's some kind of a policy and then implemented that policy properly. The state will not improve its economic health. In order to improve the economy, so we need to come up some policy. As I said, the policy may be agriculture, maybe horticulture, and even the thing. I keep on saying even the thing, on the not only the horticulture sectors, animal husbandry areas. Say, Mizo society or Mizo is basically they are the fond of non-veg, right? So we need to have more poultry farm. We need to have more piggery farm. Cattle farming should be engaged. The government should think seriously how to come up with all this. Whatever required by the state, if not at least for the export, at least what is required by the state should think very seriously to produce. If not, say for example, egg is coming from Bengal and Andhra Pradesh, far away it's coming. No doubt the chicken, it is believed that they have produced enough, but others is yet to produce. fruit, as I say, the horticulture thing, it can be invested. So in these areas, I think the government should invest more money so that they can generate more money. And then the government should think very seriously to have a sustainable economy side by side with the environment. It maybe they need to invest money on tourism.
So I have two questions. First, this one question: if we went to go to back in history, 1962, those organizations who played important role in Mizoram, created state as a Mizoram, MNF. After they ruled over 40 years, 1 year, once time Congress, once MNF. Why those party failed to fulfill promise to state?
See, you're correct that the Mizo politics is controlled by two parties till now. From the in the post-statehood era, every 10 years, every after the second term, they used to change it. But we don't know whether it's going to happen this coming elections, whether history will repeat or not. We are not very sure. But coming to your questions, why they could not able to promise, why they could not implement their agenda. There may be different. There may be various factors. One of the major issue is the people are also a little bit responsible in the sense they need to be a little more critical. Say the election manifestos or the policy and program after they come to power. The people should be more vigilant. People should also demand. People should also protest if their demands or if they feel neglected. They should also demand. What is happening here is the Mizo people, particularly the youth, they are not very critical and they don't demand so much from the government.
Okay, do you think that corruption has been stopping development since couple of decades in the state?
Here the corruption, what I understand about corruption here and other state that is very, very different. Here the corruption is at the higher level. You will not find corruption so much at the ground, at the loud rank, at the loud level, or you can say that corruption is yet to reach to the societal level. Okay, but corruption is there, no doubt. Because why I'm saying corruption is there in the sense, like why the road is not implemented, the policies and program are not implemented properly. Whatever the policies comes in, say for example the policies of the MNF or the policies of the Congress, they want to give some kind of a freebies, they want to give some kind of money, but whether that money can start or can initiate some kind of business or not. Then whatever little amount is too less to take up to start a business. It cannot be considered as a startup thing. So the government should come up a clear-cut policy, a clear policy for the youth. Whether the government want to invest the money on tourism, whether the government want to invest the money on sport, whether the government want to invest on some, say, agricultural sectors, government should have a clear-cut policy for the economic development. If not, as I was saying, after 5-10 years, some kind of social unrest may happen. Why I'm saying this is basically because when it comes to corruption, there was one organization called it Presium, where they used to file the cases regarding the corruption and all.
11 cases filed in Mizoram Lokayut. I think so.
Yeah.
If I'm not wrong.
Yeah. But those are 11 means it's too late. It's not it. Or is it it's happening only 11 cases? It means you can say compared with other states, there's no corruption. So that is why I'm saying that, and then corruption, as I'm saying, it's not that easy to like pinpoint. It's not that easy also at the same time.
Okay.
So no doubt, as I said, there are allegations for corruption.
And also, it's the main challenges. If we see in Mizoram state, it's a small states. They don't have own economy. There's a dependency of the 90% dependency of the central governments,
Yeah.
and also I think so. They export 90% daily life, Myanmar, Assam, and different states. And so one is with the unemployment rates. The 16% unemployment is in Mizoram, Telangana and Mizoram, and also high employment rate in women's. What do you think about that? People are not aware of these things, or people doesn't care about own issues.
No. It's not like that. As I'm saying, the government needs to have a kind of a policy, how to generate employment, where to invest the money in order to generate employment for the youths. Another thing we have to remember is the Mizo youth don't want to go and work outside. Very few people are ready to go outside
Why?
of Mizoram and work.
Why? This is why this is the reason.
One of the reason is there is a cultural difference, the food habit, the culture, the language barrier is there. So the moment you cross Mizoram, you have to speak Hindi also, but the Hindi is not very common here. So that is also, the language barrier is one, the cultural is also one of the issues. And then another thing which many people feel is also some kind of discrimination when the moment when they move to the mainland. So there are issues. That is why the people, they will go for higher studies. Many people are going for higher studies. You will find lots of Mizos in Delhi or in Mumbai or in Bangalore or in Kolkata, you will find. But after they finish, after they graduate, they like to come back and work in Mizoram. Many of them don't want to stay back in the metros and then want to work in the private companies or in the elsewhere. Until they got a government job, they don't want.
I want to now is going on. The small state concept in India is really good about the developments.
No, small state concept is to be good. If you know how to implement, it should be better than other bigger state. Because if the state is small, then the chief ministers, the ministers, they're supposed to know easily what is happening. They're supposed to see easily. And then administration wise, it's supposed to be more easy. States like, say, your state like Bihar or UP, see, it's too big. The chief ministers will not able to go to every district, every constituency. Here, you can go anywhere. It's only a few. It's reachable. If the only thing is the road condition is not good, but if not, it's reachable. So the chief ministers, the ministers can understand every locality, every area is very like properly. So they can come up with a policy planning much more easy. The only thing is it's not happening. Theoretically, actually, a small state is supposed to be much better.
Okay. One of the main issues is small state. Every small state raise questions about budget. They claim central government doesn't fulfill budget as a state government on population and geographical basis. What do you think about that?
This is related with politics again. As I said, the theoretically small state is to be very good, but realistically speaking, what's happening in the country is when the state is very small, the number of seats in the parliament becomes only few seats.
One seat in
Only 1-2 seats. Say like Mizoram is one. Say Manipur is having only say 2 seats in the Lok Sabha, right? So likewise, when the number of Lok Sabha seat is very less, what is happening is the central government the ruling party don't vote her again. There is also another drawback.
This thing paralyzed of this northeast state is some small state.
Yeah, that's true. That's why we need to demand some kind of like the American kind of federalism, where the upper house should be equal representative. Say if the upper house is equal representative, like in the American system, in America the Senate, every state is having two seat each, whether they're small or big. If we have the same thing, if UP and Mizoram can have equal number of seats in the Rajya Sabha, say whether it's a 5 or 2, whatever it is,
Doesn't matter.
then in that case, it will have same voice. It's a council of state. Upper house is a council of state.
No.
But the number of representation in the council of state is also proportionate with the populations.
This is a right, or this thing is harm of the democracy of idea? Populism in his
No, when it looks from the federal perspective,
Yeah.
actually this is not good. It's better to have equal representation in the upper house, in the council of state, so that the state can have an equal say.
Okay. So let's back to about farming economy in Mizoram. 60% economy depend on the agriculture sectors. As your perspective, actually I want to know about the slash and burning issues in Mizoram. Do you think that this thing will harm environments of Mizoram? It is a there's just like it's a struggle and existence. So people burning a forest for agriculture. This is the right.
No, when it comes to the Zoom cultivations,
Zoom
when it comes to the Zoom,
Yeah.
actually there are two perspectives. One of the issue is many people will argue that the Zoom, the burned, slash and burn, all this.
slash and burn, yeah.
There are people who argue that this is not harming the economy or to the environment so much. When it comes to Mizoram, see, burning will happen only up to 15th of March every year.
Zoom cultivation.
Yeah, the burning of Zoom,
Sorry,
the forest.
I stop you.
Yeah,
First, please explain about what is the Zoom cultivations.
Okay,
Because
okay.
a plain area only two crops, Rabi and Kharif. We
No.
don't know about Zoom cultivations.
Zoom
What is a
cul-
good Zoom cultivation?
Zoom cultivation means that the actually in the hills they cut the forest
Okay.
and then they will burn and then they will use it for cultivations for 4-5 seasons or 3-4 seasons depending on the soil. The moment when they realize that that particular area is not very good, I mean the fertility, the fertilizer, they need more fertilizers and all, then they will stop.
What means of the Zoom?
Zoom, I exactly don't know what Zoom is actually. I don't know what is the, we use Zoom actually in the Northeast, but I don't know exactly
When they started?
the. No, this is traditionally we are
It's
using.
traditional
Yeah,
in-
traditionally.
okay.
It's not something which we start yesterday or.
Sorry, it's the centuries ago.
Yeah, these are practice for centuries.
Oh.
The Zoom cultivation, we call it, is a burn and slash and then use it for cultivations in the hill areas. That is Zoom. And this started right after the winter season. It will start from the January, February, and then in Mizoram, nobody will allow to burn after 15th of March. They will start cutting in the month of February, but it will not burn right after. It will like dry up, then it will burn, but it will not allow to burn more than 15th of March every year. But sometimes they used to give extension if rain comes and then if they're going to do burn and all. But this is a practice they're doing for quite some time.
It's a debatable topics about some people stand with this practice. Some people argue about it is a harming of environment. What do you think about like that?
Yeah, this is partly true. Environment, no doubt, when it burned, the smoke and all. But at the same time, if you don't burn, actually, that when you burn the ash and then that will again is used as a fertilizers. You know. So instead of decomposing, they are burning it, right? So there is some little bit of environment issue is there, no doubt, but this is how they are practicing for centuries, and by that it doesn't mean that they will all burn down the forest.
Oh.
The village council, they do have their own say way of distributing the land. You and me cannot go and start cultivations by burning. No, there is an authority to allot, and then they will allot. They will take permission. They will allot. Then only they will start.